Hey guys, Ray from Love You RV and Boat. Well, today I'm finally getting around to installing this battery protector device. About a year or so ago, a company called SRNE sent me out some stuff to review and demo, test. I really like their solar controllers. On the boat, I use one of their solar chargers and also have a DC to DC charger on the boat. I've done some videos on that, and in my RV actually use a DC to DC charger and also a solar controller made by this company. I think they're trying to get into the North American market. They keep telling me they're going to have dealers and distributors, but I've yet to see that happen yet, so I don't really have good links for you. But I'm going to install this in my truck actually. I was trying to figure out what to do with it. Basically, it can be used in two ways. It can be used when you're charging batteries so that you don't overcharge them. Kind of an overcharge protector would go between, say, a solar charge controller and the battery. But I'm going to use it as a discharge protector in my truck. In the truck, I have it wired to run some DC to DC chargers. And if something goes, usually there's a switch to switch them on and off, but say for some reason it got stuck on, it could drain my truck batteries. But with this, you could set it. It's basically a big solid state switch, and it would open up and protect the battery from over discharge. Two other reasons that I'd like to install it is this one has a Bluetooth capability, so there's an app, so I'll be able to monitor the voltage and current when I'm using the DC to DC charger. And also it is a switch, so I can choose to switch on that charging and switch it off. You can do it manually by putting a switch right here, or what I'm going to do is use the app to switch it on and off. So anyway, I think I found a place in the truck to mount it into my existing wiring for my DC to DC charger. So I'll just show you that. So this is my truck bay, and this is the battery that I have the DC to DC charger connected to it. And I have a 60 amp fuse right on the terminal there. And also this battery protector is capable of 60 amps, so that'll work well. It'll actually give me another protection device in the circuit. And right behind the battery, there's a ledge down there that I think I'm going to be able to mount it on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use some silicone rubber and coat the bottom with that and kind of squash it onto the ledge, and then use a couple zip ties crossways to kind of hold it in place just in case. Okay, so that's the location right down here behind the battery. It's kind of a ledge down there coming off the battery holder, and I should be able to silicone it to that and then put some zip ties crossway just to keep it solid in place. Looks like a good spot because that's where my out to the DC to DC charger will be, and then I can run my input to that. And then it does need one ground wire, which conveniently I'm right close on the battery here. Okay, so drilled a few holes and wound some zip ties down there. I'm going to clean off this plastic piece with some isopropyl alcohol. So I had to drill a few holes to get those in there. And then what I'm going to do is use this 3M clear silicone, coat the bottom of this with that, and then mount it down there, do up the zip ties. Not the most elegant solution, but you do what you do when you're out dry camping. Got what I got. And also this will be easy if I want to make it a more permanent mount in the future. Kind of a cramped area to work in, but that's the situation there. I don't think that's going to go anywhere, especially when that silicone underneath sets up. And also once I get the wires on there and zip tied. So we got in and out, and then I got to put a ground Okay, tightened up the nuts there. Get some little protective boots for the wiring, just in case some mechanic gets a tool dropping happy in here. A little bit of extra protection. Even though the input wire will be protected by the 60 amp fuse here. Just a little bit of extra protection there. Okay, got her installed. Dressed the leads. You can see it down in there. Hooked up the negative here. Plugged it in down there. And we're getting a bit of flashing on the LED down there, so now's the fun time. We get to go play with the app. So here's the app, and that's the protector there. Connect to device. So here we go. And right away, I notice the app doesn't look like it does in the manual. In the manual, it's giving me a look at the wattage and amperage happening. In this, I just get battery voltage and temperature, and it just says at work, and a spinning dial here. Also, I notice you would think this would turn it on and off, but it doesn't do anything. So I've sent an email to SRNE and asked them about this. Maybe I need a firmware update, or they've changed the app from what's in the manual. Thing for basic info here. I checked for firmware updates, there wasn't any. So it's pretty basic. But yeah, you can't turn it on and off with the app. So I've decided to install the physical switch, and I've done that just down here. That way I'll have an option to turn off the charging on and off right there, which will turn off voltage to the port at the back of my truck box. So I'm just going to flick that off and I'll show you what happens in the app. There we go, and it goes into line control failure and shows open switch. So I switch it back on. And there we go, at work. There's some history here. So yeah, kind of disappointed the app doesn't show any current or wattage, because that would be kind of nice information to know how much current is going through that line. I'll just start the truck and we'll hook up my DC to DC charger, and I'll give you a look at that in action. So yeah, just back here is my SRNE DC to DC charger, and it's hooked through a line that I put in right through here, and then when I'm towing, I can plug it right in here to this port. So we'll just go turn the truck on, and we can see the voltage come up. Okay, so you can see it charging there. Now I'm just going to turn that switch off. And you can see it quit. And there you can see the voltage come back on. So it's doing what I want it to do. It's too bad that app doesn't show me the current. It'd be nice to have just one app. Yeah, it just shows me at work and the battery voltage. Now that the truck's running, it's showing 14.3 volts. Anyway, that's the install complete. So I'll be able to utilize that switch to turn that voltage on and off, which will turn that DC to DC charger. I like to be able to quickly turn it off because it does draw energy off of the engine. And if I'm going to be pulling a steep grade You know, I might want to have the extra horsepower, all the horsepower I can have, and also not, you know, overheat the alternator if I'm going to be in a lot of stop and go traffic. Rather than try to get on my phone and change things there, I can just quickly go, okay, we're off. Till next time, Ray from Love Your RV and Boat. Cheers, guys.